Forgot to push that button. There we go. Finally. Let's start.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap, and you don't have one at all. Without a tunic, you're no royal waiter, just a common alehouse boy. And have you forgotten your hose? I can't let you into the chamber without them. It's a good thing you... The royal waiter's livery has...
I have to change. That can be that now. Yes, that should be it. Let's try again.
Here I am.
Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Remember who wants what?
That too, but more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss, and in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter after all, not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it. right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Wittenberg City Council morning. Let's see how this king look like.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott.
Boy,
it is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What?
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection.
I apologize.
Der König and his army will not be here
The
forever.
fuck?
Shut up! I fancy
King
some
can arrive at any moment.
Refill, boy.
What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment? Well,
You can always
thank the
confiscate
Lord.
the property
Oh,
of the
shit.
king's enemies. Nicht
That
wahr?
was the guy who was supposed to give you the drinks.
The jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can
Hey,
always ask
where's
the
my
king
wife?
to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall
apologize,
wait and
sir.
see what His
Which one?
Majesty thinks
White
about
to
the matter.
Kai.
Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
Good sir.
Well, thank the Lord. I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
My
So,
cup is
the cleanliness
empty.
of the city is not
Pour me some wine.
what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has
The
showed up from
cathedral will
Hopring
be standing before you bring me that white.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
Be
A
glad
moment
I
ago,
can
you were
hardly
complaining
sit
there weren't
upright.
enough baths.
Otherwise, I'd go
Shouldn't we
for that
support
white
her?
myself.
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and
Am I
citizens'
supposed
health
to die
should
of
not
thirst
be
here, or
underestimated.
what?
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a you-know-what.
So what?
More wine,
Going to
Master
the baths
Bailiff?
is neither
I have
civic
enough
duty
wine.
nor a...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right.
Streets here. Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to
Nice.
everyone for free.
Is silver might this
Why
be?
not? In Jerome Nas's earth,
So, did you...
everything would be free.
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back.
Let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
Waiter!
He
pour
can
me
hate all
red
he
wine.
wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well.
Monastery
Everybody
wine.
knows.
Here.
He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam,
Sir?
and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
Well,
That's
thank
right.
the Lord.
Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe!
Oi!
Franz,
Full
please
cup of
continue.
monastery wine.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you
Thank you,
defending
waiter.
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it
I
really was
fancy some
nothing.
Tokai.
Everyone in the
Refill,
city
boy.
gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's
I
grossly
apologize, sir.
exaggerated.
Which one?
I don't think
White
Rutard will
Tokai.
cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Well, thank the Lord.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild
I'd like
and
some
do whatever they want.
monastery wine.
I
Refill
suspect
my
the gentleman
cup, boy.
from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker.
Don't hang around
You
me.
act like you've
Vanish.
never been in a
Hear me?
fight yourself. To accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives on the
Come here for a
marketplace.
moment.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's
Everything
that.
in order?
Not
There
quite,
are more pressing matters
but I think
to
you
deal
might be able to help
with.
me.
More press.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now, but if you disappear for a little while,
Be laughing at us all day long.
All right.
What if they're...
I knew I could count. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have... But because I'm bored, and because I...
And no one is left unscathed.
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw
That
out
was easy enough.
everyone who
And he
could
wanted
place
me to
over
count the
here,
winged figures.
I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Who? Six. Seven, 8.
found your...
Really? And did you count those
What?
I counted 6...
And did you count all the
Oh, I thought you meant...
Go back to serving...
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a
You
village
there,
with a
lad.
monastery, and
A
they are
cup of
going to
bread.
make a oil mining city.
Don't you
Why can't we
skip
build
on me.
faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band
Sir?
of parasites. You pay them, they come
About
late,
time.
or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's
Oi.
a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your
Okay.
drunken ranting.
And a full cup.
Even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work the
Sir?
city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling
Good.
there's something
Now run
other
on.
than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side
You there,
nave is
lad.
mine.
A
Then
cup of
hell
bread.
freezes over, my
And don't
friend.
you skimp on me.
Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
Sir?
I think not.
Excuse me. You wanted to buy yourself
Thank
an
you.
altar in the cathedral. Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this man of falls!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
As Godwin again.
Rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Good day to you.
Greetings to you too.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
There they are.
May I have a word with you, sir?
You? Anytime. With you, at least, there's some sensible conversation. Unlike this pack of conceited upstarts.
Have you got something against the Kuttenberg nobles?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were born with silver spoons up their asses. And they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that. And they are our allies.
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him soon enough.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses and take action.
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn out well. We have to trust him.
To turn out well for whose benefit? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure you're among the latter then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses to a minimum.
Godwin, we didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely.
Shit. Why is the cam wrong? There.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, it doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord.
Let's try devil. Let's see, who was I supposed to talk to? Samuel, Rabbi. I want to talk to the Frenchman. There is.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line.
Yeah.
I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Malashov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Retard is here as well. Nice.
Greetings to you, friend.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's bloodfather denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
As it happens, I've got nothing better to do anyway.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage in equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome, because it would mean slow but certain defeat for all of us.
Why me?
Of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Botchek of Kunststadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a
male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Nice.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
I'd rather discuss...
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out, and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Alder.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
Dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a lesson, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be proud of.
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame, as always. Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have to put on a show for the crowd.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were we?
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher will sort it out, you'll see.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. That was sneaky.
You son of a bitch!
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
What the fuck was that?
Hey, who taught you that? That was sneaky.
Stand firm! Otherwise, the first strike will put you on
Did
your
they teach you that in
arse.
the seminary?
What's wrong with your legs?
No, fuck!
You don't know which end of that thing is up. Look in my eyes, not at my sword.
You're fast. Not bad for a priest. Enough. That will do. My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
Do I have any choice?
If it's really that important, you don't.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
They're without honor.
We're trying to forge an alliance against our common enemy.
One thing only. Line their... Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms has a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? My Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
Well, there's one little catch. I had to promise him... I don't even know how to begin.
Out with it.
Lord Kunstadt has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstadt. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. And let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to your parleying skills!
Nice. Oh, maybe I should tell him.
Sir Bocek, your niece Yivka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain
Nice.
without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have...
Thank you, but I'd rather not drink. The evening has just begun.
When's the last time you saw the
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
What do you know?
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average, The cooks lack imagination, and I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on 2 fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Haman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has eyes everywhere.
You! What are you doing here?
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while. And I've a...
Who in God's name?
In God's name.
Is it that obvious?
Don't blaspheme.
And in the morning, even though my...
That's... And then lying... You won't.
I'll start right away.
What now? This is sort of a brought on different. Oh, there.
It wasn't his fault.
I've got those papers.
Quiet!
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
I'd like...
Why?
I'm still hoping it works out.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. and I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Okay, what is Henry? What's happening? Oh, there's Henry's hat. There it
After
is.
we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sergeants, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on you? And speak candidly, we have had enough false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. The same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks never give you. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year.
traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished their throne that he has no use for anyway. They made an utter.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that rat, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
The name is unpronounceable. How'd you like her wine,
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in La Belle France. Recipes are passed on from father to son, and each generation. I myself was practically raised, and even the French. The king himself had wine.
I expect his lordship had...
Best this wine. Give me 100 knights in full armor.
Like I said, I think Botchig will find a way.
Right?
You in need of something, my wild friend.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. So, touching, come now.
I never had...
Truly?
Not a bit.
In that case, fuck. Well,
his lordship.
To hell with that. I had my eye on him all evening and left the rest of us to drink.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt.
Good health.
Best thing we ever
Do you get it, Father?
Please.
No use at all for battle.
You don't need an expensive horse for battle. Just be what I gave you.
Greetings to you, friend.
Good evening, my esteemed lady. I haven't yet had the opportunity to make your acquaintance.
No matter. I know who you are. Although Martin hardly spoke of you, from what I heard, I could conjure up a pretty good picture.
No offense, madam. But whatever picture you painted me, I have reason enough to believe it's mistaken.
Indeed. So the stories of how in your youth you used to drag a different chambermaid to your bed every night is nothing but slander?
And I also heard that you once fell drunk into the trench in front of the fortress, horse and all.
All right, I confess to that one. But nothing happened to either me or the horse.
And is it not true that one of your paramours made off with your late mother's jewelry?
We are all sinners, Mom. And besides, that was 20 years ago. A person can change a lot in that time.
Unquestionably. My husband is living proof of it. No more than I.
Is your husband here too? I don't believe I've had the honor.
You won't find him here. He stayed at home in our fortress. He suffers from gout and doesn't like long journeys.
Or any journeys for that matter. Even where the king goes on his own 2 feet, my husband has to be carried by 3 servants.
All his life he gorged himself on meat, pastries, and wine, and now he's paying for it.
Would you kindly introduce your 2 companions?
This is Lady Christina, second wife of Lord Binic of Nostitz. She's standing in for him here today.
Nice to meet you, sir.
How come your husband didn't come?
Because he's been rotting for nearly a year in the king's captivity.
I'm sorry to hear that. I pray that God shall return him to you soon.
I've been praying for it since the day I got word of his captivity. Perhaps worldly powers will come to our aid once the promised army turns up. One hopes.
What's your opinion of the outcome of today's assembly?
That it's about time. Although at the onset it looked like everyone here would carry on arguing like fishwives at the market. But in the end, it seems the agreement arrived at will bear fruit.
It's been a pleasure, my lady.
And this here is Lady Helena of Deliverance, my niece and ward.
God be with you, sir.
Please excuse her. This is her first time at such a large gathering.
You're fortunate, miss. Your aunt sets you a good example. And I'm sure she won't leave you to the mercy of the gentleman present.
Yes. Lady Matilda has always kept a close eye on me.
And I know what I'm doing. Don't think I'm not aware of how some fellows look at you.
Are you well acquainted with our hosts?
Only a little. Sir Martin Odderin and his son have been to visit at Lady Matilda's on several occasions.
They come to me for advice on selecting horses. If it hadn't been for me, that mule he's bragging about to everyone here would have cost him twice as much.
It was a pleasure to meet you. It's been a pleasure, dear ladies.
Think of a fancier name?
Having a good time?
He's a fucking bore.
Well, what are you missing? Well, let's have a game for a coin. Let's make...
Nice.
What?
Greetings to you, friend.
Don't take any more chances. Nice.
Have you ever thought about getting married again? It would make a lot of things easy.
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to...
All hail Jobst! He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I want. But you know how it goes. I explained to them I'm too old and fond of my
did you at least
Nothing to discuss. It'll be at our castle. It's the pride of our...
I'd bet my right arm old Hanus will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Ratai? Well, I ought to look into that then.
But deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
It's not dark.
Not a bad one, but it's more suited for a ride in the woods or a hunt. And no use at all for battle. Why would he do that? If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path, he would never have made it all the way here. Won't be just any army.
Downstairs. They're all needed in the morning.
Sorry, have you got...
From cleaning up this pigsty?
I need help with something. I mean the ones with the really...
And you're one of those.
I should say...
And I'm the king's... Anyway, I don't know nothing about... Try asking...
No, it needs a bit more... Good day. What would you like?
Sorry,
What do you think? A fortress?
I have...
He didn't have to choose.
Wait! You Kavietas...
It's been a long time since I was afraid you'll forget.
You haven't changed...
But I have. Not at all.
And how have you been?
Not really. When he remarried, I also got youngster Chris.
Tell me more about...
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now, but I'm sure they'll find her a better job soon.
Well, aren't you worried about her?
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boy.
And your husband?
Kuba, he died when Alishka was just a baby. He got bitten by a dog, and the wound festered. It was quick.
God grant him eternal life.
Let's see.
Where might I find a really good wine here?
Why? You don't like the stuff from the kegs?
It's not for me. One of the distinguished guests asked for it.
Aha. If you go down the cellar stairs, it's Lord Odorin's best. He's drunk plenty of it himself today.
I spent half the day
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
That's not him. That's Otto von Berkel.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the most
There's my brother. There's my brother.
This is how we fight in truck stop. That's right. Drive those horses out.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. I just have to go right to my brother and help him.
The surrounding Christians can't make it on his own. You caught him out quickly.
Stand your ground. That one's had it. Hey, I need a hand here. That's right. Drive those horses out.
To hell with you! Scum! Fucking swordsman!
You in a flash.
Brace yourself! Flank him!
What's this? That's Henry. Let's change outfit. Yes.
Go! Go! Nice strike!
Oh,
Take that! Fucking horse sons!
You're dead.
Oh, what this have?
You won't be able to fight another one like that.
We nearly got me. Don't you bear it. Stand for. That won't work on me.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin.
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But
As you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost. Good work.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. Nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Well, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either.
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be...
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up...
No one knows where they took Odorin.
You wanted to talk to me?
I did. Because...
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And what does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezera?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I have to tell Liechtenstein, but then we'll set off right away.
Go and tell him, but hurry.
And when they are trying to raise an army... We have to take care of them.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit...
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi...
Samuel already knows.
In that case...
I'm going with the rest of our people to Devil's Den. So don't leave me hanging, all right? Stay strong.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind... And I see, instead of...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too. If you...
Could you stop blabbering?
Easy, Ingele.
All right. But...
I'll explain to you on the...
Are you coming too?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea?
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait.
All right, then.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then... use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful hat.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Well, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Damn it, Kubyanka, shut the hell up. Seriously.
I didn't say all that much. Anyway, can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell. Schnell.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happier if we could do without it.
We all would, lad. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people? Halt! I heard something. Us. You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern.
Not this way.
All the secret documents.
Liechtenstein went another way.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubyanka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
We have to go this way.
This isn't the way I should go.
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stick. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my... Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now? It's strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering. And today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Bugger this. Not a damn thing here. If we go back and see him, Eric will give us a bollocking again. Damn it.
Show what you're made of!
Come on.
Damnation.
It's bugged. Oh my god.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right. Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we...
I'm really sorry about your friends.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Amartes.
There'll be plenty...
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us. You go ahead. I'll lock the tap. But sir, if any more of them come here, I can take care of my... God be with you.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott, what happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded.
Wait, who are you and...
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam's.
Thank you.
Watch out! More!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to...
Through the backyard. Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
Ow. Oh, come on. I want to aim. What is the problem? Why can't... What is the problem? Can I take them out up here? Or? Yes. Oh, come on.
I should go back.
Yeah.
Leave us alone! Help us! We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
You don't get... Fucking die, Curva! Yeah! Yeah! God made a joke when... Zeb!
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive.
It has some food that doesn't... Yes.
We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
Hit them all down!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick.
The fucking task. I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
Oh.
There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to. Come on.
Do I have the potion? Yes, I do. Oh, what am I stuck? What?
get back.
On your finger! What you're made of! Light him up! Don't kill him! Crucify you! Hell is waiting you! Is the one you're still standing?
What?
Hey, yeah! Get him!
Oh, what a clusterfuck.
Destroy them! For fuck's sake!
Yasmin, or you'll be sorry.
Oh, no.
Hey,
say a prayer if you can.
You got it.
Like you can, asshole.
Don't spare it.
That's enough, you
Not enough. Take another one like that.
We'll kick your ass. Yeah, right. Don't spare him. You let him on nicely.
What? I'm bleeding.
Back him on the head.
Hey, get him.
Take that.
You can hardly
Blue blood,
stand,
yeah.
asshole. Don't spare him. Come in here. Nice strike.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
You won't be able to take another one like that. Show your stuff.
We'll rip this place and leave him alone.
Hell is waiting, you bastard. What the?
What is this?
Show your...
You're dead.
Pray, you bastard.
Let him have it. Five star on.
Him on the head. Back him on the head. Don't
Not him! I want him alive!
show what you're made of.
Leave him alone!
Kill the rest!
Smash him on the head! Fucking hell!
Show your stuff!
Destroy them! You're not only an idiot, you're a dead idiot! Ha! Zeig, was du drauf hast!
Next one will be... Get the prayer is... He knows how to sword fight!
Don't kill him! This one's mine! Festhalten!
This bastard is mine!
Good strike!
Come and get another! Frantic bastard is mine!
Hey! Get him!
Nice hit!
Destroy them!
Show your stuff!
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
Huh.
God, Bohemia.
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk.
I think I'll take this one now.
To her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Don't worry. Even if that happens, it will be...
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else I can help?
Mein Gott. Boy, now we have to manage.
I know this might not be the best time, but... Do you think we could talk about Martin?
What? You know my Martin?
I do. He's, well... He's my father.
Bori Hashem.
I mean, not actually by blood. But he raised me.
Meins is Kindele. Tell me. How is he?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh. Tehena Shutsura Rafitzroir Hahayem.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... Well... They both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlock auf schlock.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Kolin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of some...
All right.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But
everything should be...
Take care of yourself.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Okay for me to go in town now? Or is I... no, not wanted. Nice.
Blessings to you.
Let's see. No, it's better to go down here. Is it morning? Okay, it's morning.
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table? Why is this all sticky? Greetings to you too. Good.
Let's sell some stuff to the armory. Maybe I got something to sell him as well. Oh, sorry. Then everything should be open. I don't think I'll steal anything.
Good day to you. If you're looking for something, you're in the.
Do you have a coin now, or is
What do
there?
you have for sale?
Yes, he has some coin.
Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Sweeping.
Greetings. Looking for something? What would you like?
Show me your way. Let's talk about the prop.
All right. Thank you, and take care.
Have to check what you had.
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about the price. Do we have a deal?
Look. Aye. Pleasure doing business.
Much coin there? No. Don't do that. Let's just sit first, read some maybe. How long can I sleep? Until midnight? Of course. What's that? What happened to you, woman? And it's supposed to... Oh.
Christ, pardon me.
Let's...
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Charisma is the same. Okay. Oh, nice. Glitch, you can move through the forest if you are in a forest sprint yourself. Yes, no. Nice.
Jesus Christ be
Where are the root heart?
No idea. They haven't been here for quite some time. Well, my friend. Christ. What now?
Is that Matthew thing? Oh. Okay. Where should I fast travel to?
Good day. What are you whistling for? Good doggy. Good boy.
Go! 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 Ja! Ja!
Either way, straight. Oh, it's.
Ja! Ja! Go!
Nice.
Ja! Ja! Go!
This is the way.
Quick! Ja!
It's a new town? Yeah.
Quick!
Mishkovich. Okay, the butcher. Tavern.
No, I wasn't. And even if I was, there's no law against it. I can look if I want, eh? Yeah, you can't, you bastard.
Come on, darling, forget it, or there'll just be trouble.
The girl's right. Get the fuck out of here or you'll be inviting trouble.
Good old bear.
What the?
Just imagine, the other day, I was standing in the Bring it on. I'm not afraid of you. And I can look at whoever I want. I mean, look at her tits, eh?
Come on out, fucker.
Okay.
I'll kill you.
It's the butchers.
I'm sorry.
What would you like?
I'll have a look at the...
What? 135. That's so nice. I would take that one. And then I would take this. Some placing bolts. Okay, have something to sell. Really not paying that much. Let's see.
Worried about the price?
Well...
What would you say?
Well, if you... Very well then. Pleasure doing business.
So much better. Okay.
Take care.
Let's sell.
What are you here for, friend?
What do you have for sale?
My sword.
Let's talk about the... Is this enough?
You really won't. Very well. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Oh, there was this. Let's just fix my sword.
This one is sharpened already.
Want the perk? Want I get the perk? Oh, let's do it with the other sword as well. It's
This one is sharpened already.
there, nice.
What are you doing with that?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Wasn't supposed to draw it out. Sorry about that one. Let's see, maybe I'll sleep here for tonight, and then we...
How can I help?
Can I spend the... I'll pay you well if you...
I'll let you sleep on the hay.
Let's agree on...
You really... Thanks. Feel free to stretch...
In the hay, is it here?
Look, I don't want to put a...
Stay close to the others.
My God, that looks like...
Ka! Ka! Go! Quick! Quick! Go! Quick! Ka! Go!
Close, yes I am.
Ka! Ka! Go!
Whoa, whoa.
Where's Martin?
Turn around right now and get the hell out of here.
Right, I'm going. Calm down.
Fuck right off. And don't show your face here again, arsehole.
He's shaking in your britches, lad. Are you daft? What are you getting at?
Okay, okay, okay. Eat some food.
are you doing here? Who are you?
You must be Matthew. Am I right?
Who's asking?
The Dry Devil sent me.
That old bastard is still alive.
He's free again.
That's so very.
So...
For the record, I have nothing against the devil. But I don't want to... I'm doing well for myself.
And you're content with robbing poor...
Ah, you are... And it's still better.
The devil and Zizka have a higher purpose. We fight for our rightful king.
How? By capturing nobles and then we gutted. What the fuck?
You don't understand. How could you? The devil is a nobleman.
That's rich coming from... Anyway, you can...
Well...
I have to ask before you go.
What are you talking about?
What do you think? To the king?
Aye. And I'm Emperor Charles.
So where's the payment?
What customs collector?
Peace all different.
The devil's counting on me to find and reunite all of his old band.
Why should I care?
What do you think he's gonna do when he finds out his capture was all a setup?
A setup? What are you blabbering about?
Well, I'll just tell him there was a rat in his band that set him up. And I know who it was.
You bastard.
Are we finally on the same...
Aye. There's even a bounce. I don't need a piss.
You don't say.
Seriously?
Like the main route to Kuttenberg runs between Miskovitz, stealing from...
More than Kuttenberg. You can learn.
Thanks.
There we go. We're off the next up here. Okay.
Good doggy. Good boy.
What are you looking for?
Ah, I found this parchment close by, and if you ask me, it's a map to, well, something.
What, exactly? You can't leave me hanging like that.
All right, well, I'm hoping it's a treasure map that will lead me to my fortune.
Well, how about you show it to me? I'm pretty familiar with these parts. I might be able to help you.
Yeah, right. And then you keep the treasure as a reward for your help, eh? No way. As they say, finders keepers. And it was me who fished it out of the dead man's pocket, so it's mine. Besides, by the look of you, you'd only get yourself killed looking for it. A townie out in the woods. Ha ha ha!
Me? A townie? I was pretty much born in the wood. I was nursed by...
As if.
Yeah. And if they... Wow.
You mean that...
No, not... They probably taught something horrible.
Look, why don't you...
Really?
No, I insist.
What?
The pleasure...
Okay.
I'm just saying,
good.
if
This
you
doesn't
wasn't
seem
so
too bad.
obsessed with them fucking caravans, Corel might
It doesn't matter now anyway.
Oh well.
You know what will happen now.
Oh.
Then, as soon as we set foot outside the tavern, everyone will recognize us. Carol, without him, we're fucked entirely. We couldn't even rob a sleeping pilgrim of his boots.
Greetings!
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people.
Fuck.
Samuel and the
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what. First of all, we have to find Dry Devil. We're gonna need all the help.
All right.
She must be well over 70 now, isn't she?
She'll be 76 this autumn. At least I hope so.
She'll outlive us all. You'll see. I'll pray for her.
Greetings.
What do you have for sale?
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything?
You said you were gonna...
As the last...
I'm here.
Anyway, that's fine.
Tell me about Bahut.
Well, he and...
But you...
He dropped...
Where...
There...
Did you...
Yeah.
You think... I'll go...
But it was...
What about...
Of course.
Who is...
What?
Do you know...
I...
How must...
Yes, you must...
Tell me... How did...
How I... Buddy...
Did you ever...
Either...
Do you have any...
Why... Just...
Tell me...
Yeah.
And...
Not... He what... But...
I'm already...
Yeah.
I like...
He would...
How can I...
Like... Were you...
You said...
That's...
Thanks.
I may...
What do you want? Certainly.
I'd like a...
My girls know how.
Well, I really need...
Great.
Let's talk...
Certainly.
Satisfied?
Well. Wonderful. Don't be afraid to tell me what you want next time. There's no need to be embarrassed. Anyway, now to have a bath.
Let's see, where are those guys? It's only there. Okay.
Praise be Jesus.
Now and for...
Excuse me.
That's right. If you're here to...
I don't need to write...
He is free. Anyway.
Why don't you...
I want to There is...
I'd like...
Just...
What did
He was as...
Rania...
That he was...
Do you know what...
Last...
Thanks. I'll be on...
Hold on. God knows.
We can.
Look, but I...
Why...
Come... Hey, how did you get involved with the devil anyway?
By accident. It was thanks to Jan Žižka.
So, you know Žižka too. Where from?
It's a long story. But, if you came to the Devil's Den, I'd tell you all about it over a beer.
Nice try, lad, but I'm staying away from the drink. It's just not worth it. What do you think of the devil anyway? Just as I thought.
I didn't say anything.
Exactly.
Where did you say you wanted to pray?
At my brother's grave. Well, here we are.
Is that...
You...
Aye.
Was that... It was far to get this here.
Don't you...
That...
That's...
I...
Prayer...
Enough.
Your
And he...
Oh.
Yes. You're... I...
You're set... Part advent...
All right.
Amen.
That's all.
Folks, if you value your life, stop drinking. Alcohol is a scourge of mankind.
God be with you. Excuse me.
Zari.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. Is it?
Riesenseite.
I'm looking for...
That means...
And he plays...
Yeah. Gestern. And I'm...
This...
Yeah.
Aye.
You should...
Why should I...
Well...
Do I have...
It's...
Look, if he was...
Knowing that's enough.
She left...
Like,
So...
not too...
So where...
If you go...
I'll go...
You should...
Where can I...
Try...
Was he...
He lost... But
Why would...
I do...
And you...
In...
Thank...
To me, if I...
I'll be on my way.
Nichts zu...
Where to now? Butcher's wife.
Aye, a man would be calling for the priest, but women are made of strong. Feel free. You're no longer in mortal danger.
Good evening to you.
I'm looking for...
Is that so?
One...
And now who are...
Something.
Then you...
Why does he...
Because...
And where were...
Out they...
You said...
I...
How many?
How...
And did that...
Please, my...
Don't worry. I better...
Hurry.
Take care, my friend.
Rescue other. Where is he? Come on, Pebbles. Rescue somebody.
Quick! Quick! Ja! Ja!
How far?
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Shut up! No one can listen to your damn gibberish!
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
Oh, shut that gob of yours!
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Wait! Stop!
A co to za kutas?
What do you want? And who the hell are you?
Leave him alone and untie him.
Why would I do that? Do you know what that bastard did?
I heard he was friendly with your wife.
You see? Everyone here knows now I'm a fucking cuckold. He should be glad we're only gonna hang him.
That scoundrel belongs to the Lord of Suchdol Fort.
What does he want with him?
He defiled the Lord's cook, 2 maids, the captain's wife, and stole a statue of the Madonna from the chapel, over which he then did all kinds of lewd acts. They're building a gallows for him at Suchdol.
But what about me? I want satisfaction too.
You want to argue with Peter of Pisek's armed men?
As you wish, he's on.
Oh, fuck.
Chwała Polsce, kurwy! Jebać was!
He's twitching too much. I'll have to cut the other end, on the tree.
Jeszcze ten kociokwik mi łeb rozrywa. O kurwa. O
Learn
kurwa,
Polish.
blisko. O kurwa mać. Kimkolwiek jesteś, ale teraz...
I reckon you want...
Feniek, a dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie?
Yes, that's me. I was sent by Dry Devil.
O, żeż kurwa. To jeszcze go nie powiesili? A co z Janoszem?
Janos.
No ja...
You mean...
Ha! Ale to diabła...
He was...
No...
What to find him drinking then? Did I not when I was there? What to find that person who named Janusz? When I were here last time?
What will it be?
I'm looking...
A fella just like that is in the pillory.
And the pillory. That's where I found it. That's true. Hello there.
Hey, what do you gape at? Tell him, Janusz.
Oh.
Doriki, I just pulling pistol.
What's happened?
I.
Of course I know.
I just.
Who came back?
What? That's some crazy shit. No? What can I do, eh? I wag him a little bit. And now Bailey waiting to see if he die, and...
How can I...
Wait until...
And what about...
Bailey should have it. Better just quick. You...
Supposing I had a...
You soft in head.
I can't make it...
What do you...
Maybe I'll...
Yeah.
I'll try to get...
Do it quick.
God bless you.
So oh.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
And I think it's time to end the stream.
Quiet! Go away!
For today. So bye bye and see you later.